Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is December 10th, 2024. We are in the Old Testament book of Isaiah. We're going to read chapter 39 today. Continuing with this little snippet about Hezekiah, or excuse me, King Hezekiah's little life here at the end, and seeing how he fits in this in the kings of Judah. Better than some, not as good as others. In this case, we have some envoys coming from Babylon, and King Hezekiah says, "Hey, sure, come on in. You want to see all my stuff and all my treasure? Sure, come on in. Hey, you want to write down what I got? Sure, come on in." Despite the fact that we've seen in this prophecy that God was very clear through Isaiah that, first the threat from Assyria, and then Babylon's going to be a threat, and then this is going to, Persia is going to be a threat. So King Hezekiah is so glad the Assyrians left that he's thrown out all the rest of what God told him, and he brings the Babylonians in and shows them his entire kingdom and lets them take stock of it. And God reminds him through Isaiah, hey, you know what, they're coming back and they're going to take everything that you just showed them. And Hezekiah prays, and God says, okay, well, because you prayed, it won't happen in your lifetime, which is going to be 15 years, those extra years I gave you. And Hezekiah thinks, yippee, okay, it ain't going to happen. I won't get to blame, I guess, is one way to put it. So King Hezekiah, nowhere near the kind of King David is. I would say maybe he's a little bit higher than Saul without the paranoia at this point. Okay, so he's more in himself than being the protector of God's people that he should have been. And listening to the prophecies that were given to him that, hey, you know what, don't trust these other nations, you need to trust God. These other nations are being moved by God, and they're going to be his instrument of wrath. And after the Assyria comes Babylon, after Babylon comes the Persians. It was told to Hezekiah. He knew. We all know. That's the beauty of our scriptures that we have. We all know God's plan. It's right there. So it shouldn't surprise any of us when things happen. We were warned. We've been warned. We're warned now of the end times and the things that we're seeing. If we're just going to sit back and let it happen, then it's our fault. If we're going to turn back to God and say, you know what, God, I understand, I see your plan, and I'm going to put my trust and faith in you, that's when we're blessed, and God will pull us back as the remnant. Let's go ahead and we're going to read Isaiah chapter 39. At that time, Marduk-baladan, the son of Baladan, king of Babylon, sent letters and a present to Hezekiah, for he heard that he had been sick and had recovered. And Hezekiah was pleased with them and showed them the house of his treasures, the silver and gold, the spices and precious ointment, and all his armory, all that was found among his treasures. There was nothing in his house or in all his dominion that Hezekiah did not show them. Then Isaiah the prophet went to King Hezekiah and said to him, what did these men say, and from where did they come to you? So Hezekiah said, they came to me from a far country, from Babylon. And he said, what have they seen in your house? So Hezekiah answered, they've seen all that is in my house. There's nothing among my treasures that I have not shown them. Then Isaiah said to Hezekiah, hear the word of the Lord of hosts. Behold, the days are coming when all that is in your house and what your fathers have accumulated until this day shall be carried to Babylon. Nothing shall be left, says the Lord. And they shall take away some of your sons who will descend from you, whom you will beget, and they will be eunuchs in the palace of the king of Babylon. So Hezekiah said to Isaiah, the word of the Lord which you have spoken is good, for he said, at least there will be peace and truth in my days. May God bless reading his word, and may God bless you. Bye.